I'm Andrew Breitbart, by the way. We reported this at Big Government and Big Journalism, and I'm here coincidentally. I did not know that we were going to be announcing this, so I'm just staying at a hotel about 3 blocks away, so I just decided to come by and see what you have to say.
Sir, how positive are you that what you reported is in fact accurate?
Specifically, I mean, we're reporting a lot of things here. Such as at first, I think we were vindicated at first after a 3-day frenzy of trying to attack my journalism, my websites on the nature of the initial hack story. Everything that we reported was true in that story. We didn't get into conjecture. We didn't name the girl, yet Salon.com and Joan Walsh, I think, played the role that Congressman Weiner wanted, was to try and attack the messenger, and she falsely claimed that I had named the girl in Seattle. That wasn't true. And also said that I had savaged the girl in Seattle. In fact, that was Gawker. Once it was found that it was Gawker and not me, there's no apology from Salon.com. This was all an attempt. The strategy in the first weekend was to try and say if we attack Breitbart, then by the time we get to Tuesday, it will no longer be there.
Andrew, your pictures seem to indicate that the bulging green picture was sent originally to another woman days before it was sent.
Yeah, that's strange to me as well. I don't have any answers, Tool. I'm here also to get some answers as well. This is a coincidence that we'll be able to be as straight and honest with you as humanly possible. I was there on Friday night at around 7 or 7:30 with my wife when I looked at my iPad and I saw that somebody retweeted something from his account. I clicked on it, I looked at the image, and maybe I'm dense or something, but it took me about 14, 15 seconds to go, what could this possibly be? And I know exactly what that is. And what happened is we realized that we had a tip in our tip box that had come previously. That came on May 20th, where a person representing this woman said that they had some incriminating photos. And so it was on that evening that I tried to contact that tipster. I was able to contact that person's point person on Saturday. The person was out of range because of Memorial Day weekend. We weren't able to talk until Tuesday. We weren't able to agree upon anything. And then on Friday, the woman reached out to me this last Friday. I have yet to meet her. And this has been independently corroborated, the content that was put on the website by a major news bureau.
Andrew.
Well, no, this is an ongoing story. This is a compelling story, but I certainly did not like that he doubled down on this is about Breitbart problem. I mean, if he's going to come up here and take some form of culpability here, he was party to a campaign for 72 hours that weekend to allow for the left-wing blogosphere, including the Daily Cost, to accuse me of being the hacker. Are there any repercussions for journalism on the left when they falsely claim that I'm the hacker? Marcus Molitzis of the Daily Cost will not apologize. In fact, he admitted that he named the girls, the underage girls, because they had the wrong politics. At what point does Meet the Press say we're no longer going to allow Marcus Molitzis on the air? Why is there no accountability for an entire weekend of false reporting that was based upon what I believe was Congressman Weiner's strategy to blame the messenger?
Andrew.
Jerry Pickett?
Thank you, Andrew. Do you have more explicit photos, and can you describe exactly what these photos actually are?
I'm not going to get into a graphic description, but suffice to say it's of an X-rated nature.
Wait a minute, one picture, you have one additional picture?
I'm not here to get into how Congressman Weiner should respond to this. My biggest problem, I'll talk about this later for another time. I'm here to answer some of the basic questions. Everything we've reported about this story has been true.
In the first place, what were you trying to achieve?
Well, it's clearly a news story. Why are you trying to challenge
I'm
a
not
news
challenging,
story?
I'm asking.
Look,
What's the news value?
okay, we received a tweet that came from his official Twitter page, sent out to a woman in Seattle. We did not go with the story until after we saw that the congressman took down all of his photos, and the woman in Seattle took down her Facebook account and her Twitter account, and even worse, he went to his Twitter page to claim that he was hacked. We only wrote the story after a sitting congressman claimed that his computer system had been invaded by a hacker. If this isn't, how
Is this revenge for Chris?
how is it revenge? The story played itself out in real time. There was zero premeditation involved in this. This is a legitimate story, and this is a continual attempt to blame the messenger. And that's what this press
How many more pictures?
There's at least one more photo.
Mr. Breitbart, do you have any other photos of any other politicians, national or
No,
otherwise?
no, I don't. I'm not sitting back with a cat. This process happened absolutely organically as it relates to my motivations and my website's motivations.
So the picture that you have,
I don't have an opinion on that. That's up for him to decide and his constituency and the Democratic leadership.
what is the picture that you have? What is the remaining picture?
What?
Those who accuse you that your journalism is somehow suspect here, what do you tell those folks?
Oh, well, the Acorn story is interesting because everybody says selectively edited, selectively edited, selectively edited. And when Hannah and James came to me, I said that the mainstream media, they didn't come to me because I have a big satellite band out in front. I had a basement in Los Angeles. Why did they come to me? They knew that the mainstream media wouldn't want to see a story about President Obama's vaunted community organizing group behaving in such a nefarious fashion. They came to me because I had to figure out a way to go around the president's protectors in the mainstream media, and I did. But I told them, you're going to be held to a different standard. And James put his edited videos, okay? He truncated time just like every person in this room does. But I said what we're going to do is we're going to put the full transcripts and the full audio of these visits so that nobody suspects that you cut these things up to put words into their mouths.
When will you release the photo, the X-rated photo that you have?
I have no intention at this point to release that photo.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, sir?
I'm not waiting for anything.
Andrew, what do you want to hear? What do you want to hear from Congressman Weiner?
I want to hear the truth. I want to hear the truth from Congressman Weiner. Quite frankly, I'd like an apology for him being complicit in a blame the messenger strategy. That was clear what happened. 72 hours in Palm Springs with your family is excruciating when you are being challenged. Andrew, why aren't you on vacation? Why won't you get off the phone? Because I'm being accused of being the hacker against the congressman. He said nothing. He allowed for that to go. His minions perpetuated that false, malicious meme, and then he went on CNN to attack me.
But you've been challenged.
You've
been challenged before. Why now?
Andrew, one last question.
What? Yeah, are you here, Marsha, aren't you?
That the X-rated picture you have of that you think is Anthony Weiner is really Anthony Weiner.
You can talk, the girl story, I believe, will be on World News tonight, and I think she'll be available. She can talk to you more specifically about the ways with which she received these photos. She's the one who is attesting to the fact that it came from Congressman Weiner. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of this congressman's body at this, and he's in very good shape. And it appears to be his body.
Is his face attached to the X-rated photo?
No.
Sir, with all due respect, why should we believe you?
Okay, everything that I've said so far has come to be true. I'd like to hear one. The media says Breitbart lies, Breitbart lies, Breitbart lies, Breitbart lies. Give me one example of a provable lie. One.
Do you believe he's done anything illegal?
One. Journalists, one, put your reputation on the line here. One provable lie. You know what I would be accused of if I released this photo? I'm doing this to save his family, okay? And if this guy wants to start fighting with me again, I have this photo. But I absolutely do, I'm not doing this for nefarious purposes. I'd like an apology from him for allowing for his political protectors, this was his strategy, was to blame me for hacking. Oh, don't worry, Breitbart's our regular whipping boy. We can accuse him of anything, and the press will not hold those journalists to account no matter what they say. And so I'm here for some vindication.
Do you feel that's in some way a degree of extortion to say that you're holding these photographs until the congressman?
I'm not saying I'm looking, no, it's not dependent upon that. It's not dependent upon that. I'm trying to do the decent thing here. I'm trying to do the decent thing here, not release the photo.
So under what situation would you release it?
If this guy decides to start attacking me and saying that I'm making all this stuff up like he did last week, and he wants to fight with fire, I mean, come on, it is news, my friend. It is news. And I know of countless other websites and news organizations that would put this out there.
And
what are you?
is it your contention that Congressman Weiner is living a quasi-double life and emailing these himself to women that his wife doesn't know about? Is that essentially your contention?
Excuse me?
Is your contention that the congressman's living, I shouldn't say double life, but certainly...
You know what? I'm trying to put the pieces together of this myself. I mean, it's not as if, Friday of Memorial Day, and I've been sick for much of the last week and a half. I get this tweet sent to me. It was also sent to Ariana Huffington, the person who saw this tweet initially, Patriot USA 76, a person I have no idea who it is, wanted me to see it. I happened to see it. I chose to investigate it. It took us about 4 hours with an editorial team to finally realize that we had the story down solid, and that the hack story really made it a very relevant news story that wasn't getting into it for the sake of the sordid nature of the story.
How do you verify the photographs? If the person who sent it to you is someone that you don't know and that had become photographs?
Well, you're going to have to ask that question of ABC News as well. We both did. It was sent by his emails. We've seen that they came from his email account. So if he's sending stunt doubles, that would be very interesting, but it certainly looks like him.
What's been your correspondence with this person who apparently is the one that found it and started it?
With which person?
With Patriot.
These are two separate issues. They're completely separate issues, okay? One is the Patriot one who saw the initial tweet, which apparently came from his tweet deck. I think we found out that the Y-Frog hacking potential has been, so nobody's really doubting that came from him. So that was the story that happened on May 27th. We're talking about the story that's happening now with this woman who is planning to come forward to talk about this. She can get into the specifics about their relationship and the exchange of photographs between them.
Andrew, you
You
talked
want
about...
to find the hack story on May 27th, and you're certainly believing that Weiner himself sent these pictures to this woman 10 days prior.
I find the hacks story specious, especially since he doesn't want to get to the bottom of it. Why is it the person who's been accused of being the hacker, me, wants an investigation? Why is it the person who's been hacked and who thinks I'm to blame for his peril doesn't want an investigation? That's some basic math that I think you guys all understand, that I'm allowed to speculate. When I'm being accused of a crime, I'm allowed to speculate. I think that he's the one who has more questions to answer than I do.
And you believe that he sent these 16
That's enough.
photos?
Thank you very much.